Let's talk vampires. Paranormal Chicago activity. Story time. Lincoln Park Zoo, to be exact. First and foremost, it's catacombs underneath the zoo. They live down there, amongst other places in the city, but that's a hub for them. Lincoln Park Zoo used to be a graveyard, and to this day, there are still parts of that graveyard still intact. Like the founder of the area, the graveyard, his mausoleum is still there. His body in there and everything. Lincoln Park Zoo is active AF, okay? And it sit on the water, so it's a whole lot of energy. In the wintertime, we had this thing called zoo lights, and that's when they put out Christmas lights all over the zoo. They make it look pretty. Okay, cool. I just so happened to be in the area. I went by myself. Of course, I knew I wasn't supposed to, but I did anyway. Y'all already know how this finna. I love big cats and elephants. They're my two favorite. It don't matter what big cat it is, I'ma love it. An elephant, oh yeah, they're my babies, okay? One time that I was compelled to go to the lion house. In the big cat house, it's not just lions, it's tigers and all other kind of stuff. Pumas and jaguars, and anyways, it was a long hall, and at one point in time, they had their cages on both sides. Well, I went in there, and it wasn't nobody in there, except for a man sitting on the bench. And I was okay with that because it was at night, it's zoo lights, it ain't that many people in the zoo anyway, so I ain't really think nothing crazy about it. When I got halfway through the exhibition hall, I looked at a lion, and he just started bellowing. It was real low, and then it got louder and louder and louder, and next thing you know, everybody else around him is just joining. If you don't know what I'm talking about, it's the that shit. I'm looking around, and I see that all of the big cats is looking directly at me, like they done came to the front of their enclosures and everything. Why my subconscious told me to take a quick peek over at that man to see if he see what I see, I don't know, but I did, and he was looking at me too. I noped right the fuck on back down where I came from to get out the door. But baby, them doors was locked. Them doors was locked. I put my hands in my pocket. My left hand was on my mace. My right hand was on my knife. I turned around and I walked down the exhibition hall to the other end because there's doors on that end too. On this end is where the bathrooms is, but you got to go downstairs for the bathroom. When I get to the doors, them bitches locked. Fight or flight. I don't know what the hell it is, but baby, if I gotta fight, I'ma fight. I look over, and the light that's going towards downstairs to the bathroom, it wasn't on. But as soon as I looked, it turned on. I looked at it, and I kid you not. I said out loud, you gonna have to do motherfucking better than that to get my black ass to come down them motherfucking stairs, baby. You got me fucked to the up. Bite your damn self. Y'all, this laugh, it was deep, it was sinister, but it was like, please. As I was turning around to see where the man was, something pushed my black ass out that door and closed them right behind. I heard in my ear, you're a good one, get going. You ain't got to tell me twice, Mr. Vampire Man, bitch, I'm gone. Y'all already know, knees to motherfucking chest, bitch, go. I ain't never walked through that zoo that fast before. I was out that zoo in my car and down Lakeshore Drive to the south side in 20 minutes. That actually made me remember this time when we went to Lincoln Park Zoo on the school trip. I think I was in 5th or 6th grade. Back then, they had a bats den, and they had all the different types of bats out there. And of course, they had a vampire. And the first thing that come to my mind is, do they actually suck humans' blood? I didn't ask this question out loud, but baby, it was a voice in my ear that said, no, they don't suck human blood, just animals. Are you a cow? I said, no, I'm not a cow. How rude. That was out loud. My teacher looked at me and was like, what? What are you talking about? And I was like, well, somebody just called me a cow. And she said, no, they didn't. And I'm looking around. I know good and goddamn well I heard something. Y'all, I looked up and it was a vampire bat looking at me. I'm looking at him, looking at me, looking at him. I walk down the glass. This motherfucker is watching me. I think to myself, ain't no way, Jose. That bat did this. And I took the fuck off out the bat house. Never to return to that motherfucker, cause what? Yeah, it's vampires all in Lincoln Park. I don't really mess around with up there. Have y'all ever been to the Lincoln Hotel? Oh, that motherfucker is creepy.